Well, some things change, some things stay the same. Welcome viewers, this is season 4 2015 of the iRacing.com official V8 Supercar Series. We're at the fantastic Donington Park racing circuit in England. I'm Brett O'Brien, with me as usual Sammy Compton. Sammy, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me, Brett, and thanks to everyone to join us. I think we're in for a fantastic season 4 here in the V8 Supercars. We've got lots of new tracks coming to the season, and lots to look forward to, especially here at Donington today.
Yeah, and after last season's success, Ethan Greg Galt is come back to defend his title with Bo Cubasy and Ford Fulcher. A lot of new names in the series we see today. Andy Carey, welcome back to him, has been away for a few years. Brenton Hobson, another name I don't think we've seen in the top split. There's a fella here, Bo Jansen, actually I don't think he's been top split before. There's a fella here I've been looking forward to for probably 1 or 2 seasons to finally join the top split. He's car 24 tonight, Brett Cananzi for the SDRT team. Finally welcome to the top split. It's been well overdue. This guy is a jet, he will be quick. Looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Yeah, definitely good to see Brett making the top split. All his hard work starting to pay off, and let's see what he can do up here with the big boys.
And we've got a full field of 25 cars here, so that's a great effort. We're at the Donington track, as we know, with the track temperatures going to be pretty quick here tonight. It's partly cloudy, track temperature of 31 degrees, pretty strong wind, 19 k's an hour from the east. We've got a 30-lap race tonight. There will be no necessity for pit stops. I think they start off with about 80 litres or something, rings a bell. So it's going to be action from go to woe. Yeah,
it sure is. And got a few minutes of qualifying here. And we've got Ian Ford up on the pole again. No surprise there. Ethan hot on his tail. And look at that, Brett Cananzi, P4 right now. Good work, Brett.
Yeah, and he just, I think with his, I'm not sure it's work commitments or schooling commitments, he isn't able to do the normal amount of racing that he would probably like to do. But when he does come in, he is seriously quick, and no doubt we'll see plenty of him as the race goes on. But we've also got Jason Bentz, who didn't have a lot of luck last night in the V8's Premier Series. Kane Kugimaya is also here. The Simpit cars, the STC car, Bo Cubas, again had some dramas last night, but wearing the new skin tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Just trying to shake it up a bit there within the team, and a big shout out to one of our drivers that took season 3 off, Michael Fulcher. He's been out running his dirt kart, so he's been having a ball there. It's good to see him back and see what he can do.
Yeah, Fulcher's a good operator, we know that, and he'll be wearing the number 4 plate tonight. And we've got just the 3.5 minutes of qualifying to go, as you said, Ian Ford. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty surprised he's on top. He's not feeling too well, and he's pretty much done 0 laps from what I understand this week. But he's on top with the 5.8. Ethan Greg Galt, our series champion, or now our series defending champion. It all happened so pretty quick. In second place, but like you said, Sammy Sutton's actually got himself to 4th, Brett Cananzi 5th, and Jason Dixon, he had some lap 1 dramas last night as well, in 6th position. But like I said, 25 cars. Dylan Golson, I'm not sure what's happened there. He has only just jumped in now. He's had some connection issues. I think the Australian servers actually went down for a while, so there might have been an issue there for him.
Yeah, I heard some rumours that they were having some problems with the Aussie server. I'm not too sure if we're actually in an Australian server now, but yeah, it looks like we'll all be nice and stable and good to go here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it will be, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to this season. There's so many different cars out here tonight, like we said, with the new guys. Well, it's just good to see the fresh faces in here, and everyone's given their chance. We've seen what the guys in the past can do, and they can still do. You look at the race of the Premier Series, but these guys here, for them it's a big deal that they haven't been in the split 1 race, the main strength of field, probably before for some. So they'll be as keen as to get their names up there.
Yeah, definitely. And just before we get going here, I just want to have a big shout out to all the community that helped raise some money to get this season's broadcast up and running. Also, we've had some great support from iRacing itself, so really good work, and thanks to everyone who either contributed or just shared it or just showed their support in whichever way they did. without you guys, this broadcast wouldn't be happening this season. So kudos to you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was going to mention the exciting news there. Still got a minute and a half of qualifying to go. Is that this broadcast is because of the support of the good people of the V8 iRacing community who've contributed, and no doubt starting next week, I think it is, Sammy, you'll be able to know more than that, is that V8's online live will take up the broadcast as well on during the live stream, so you know more about that than I do. But yeah, it's fantastic for this series.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be going to the iRacing Live. There'll be there'll actually be a lot more series on the iRacing Live this season, which is really good and great for iRacing. Was meant to happen this week, but I think all the iRacing staff are still in Germany getting drunk, so we'll let them get back and recover, and then we'll start hassling them again. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be all set up for next week.
Yeah, looking for that. We've got 30 seconds to go in qualifying. Dave Moore's just come out of the pit, so I can't see him getting a lap in, so 16th position will be the best for him. Just having a look who else is out on track at the moment. Mitch McLeod down in 12th. Not sure if he's on a quick one or not either. We have just got the 7 seconds to go. Doesn't look overly quick. Bo Cattell certainly was on a lap, but he's lost it there. So 10th place will be the best, I would imagine, for Bo as well.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty close times up there, and Mitchell's got a nice looking skin. I like that. Yeah, really nice new skin there by Mitchell McLeod. The Torque Holden Commodore.
Bo Cattell's just pitted there. Wayne Burke hasn't improved. Dave Moore, as we said, was on a out lap. And we've got Brenton Hobson here in the car 21, just crossing the line here. He's in 24th position, a 7.515. See if there's an improvement. No, a 7.924. Marty Carroll, the old fella's got himself up into 8th, so he'll be pretty happy with that. That's a good job by Marty. That new skin's showing pretty well. Mario Vlasic also looks like he's got a different skin on tonight. He's been usually wearing that orange, and he actually improves to a 1.27, so just a one spot from 23rd to 22nd. Todd Parks, didn't think he made a improvement. No, he didn't. And Marcelo Rivera did make an improvement, got himself up into 7th place. I will let you do the grid spot, Sammy.
Yeah, well, that's right. After Marcelo, we've got Kane Kumia, Marty Carroll, Mitchell McLeod rounding out P10, and Bo Cattell, Andy Carey, Wayne C. Burke up in lucky 13. Michael Fulcher, a little bit disappointing from Fulcher. I thought he might have qualified a little bit better than that, P14. Then we got Todd Parks, David Moore, Jason Bentz, Matty Stratford, Dylan Gulson, Michael Hammond, rounding out the top 20. And just to finish off the grids is Greg Sharp, Mario Vlasic, James Keane, Brenton Hobson, and Bo Jansen. Quite a few new names in there.
Yeah, it is. It's good to see the new names join in, absolutely, and looking forward to seeing what they can do. But I said the Aussie server's down, so pings are fairly high. Kane Kugiyama's pings fairly high. It's just settled down now. But looking forward to a great race, a great series, in fact. Ethan Grigol will have to be the favourite. I'm not sure how many laps he did in the 1 week off season at week 13 or even earlier this season, but his race pace is always impressive, and Ian Ford's quali pace is always impressive. So see how that goes again for this season.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think Ethan did many laps at all, to be honest with you. He was down at the V8s at Sandown this week. He was down there and just enjoying a week off, I think. There's going to be an action-packed little track here. No time to really get your breath. It's just going to be go, go, go. So good luck to everyone, and let's have a great race to open up the season.
Yeah, well, the cars will be piling into Redgate very shortly, and yeah, like you said, it's going to be action-packed, no doubt. Hope it's clean, especially all the new guys in the series. You want to see them have a clean race and get a good result too. Really hoping, like I said, that they get a good result as the revs are building. Away they go. Great jump off the line by Ian Ford there. Ethan Grigort might have a bit of pressure. No, he tucks in behind. Might even get under brakes. No,
All over the place, Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan certainly a bit of ducking and weaving left and right there. Caught out a little bit wide there. The
little bit of
Simpi
netcode, I think. These guys are going to have to
like
watch it.
Danger.
They're not in the Australian server like they usually are, and they're going to have to be a little bit more careful getting so close to each other.
Yeah, and there's a massive crash at the back there. Todd Parks, Mitch McLeod involved. That's a big mess. Who else is involved? Dave Moore. I'm thinking, well, his car looks pretty... Brett Cananzi. No, that's unlucky. Like to see what happened there. I'll just jump on board with Mitch McLeod and see what's happened there with Mitch. I'll just chase that up as a replay. Already back in the pits, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like you said, though, I think there's quite a bit of net coding going on. Just have a look here what's happened. I'm just on board with Mitch at the moment. Cananzi's gone off. There's already something happened in the back, and Cananzi's come right back over. So a bad mistake. That's got to be Cananzi's fault, sorry to say. He's gone off wide in the first turn and has come back on and taken a few prisoners with him. So a really unfortunate start to the season, not what we want to see. You know, Brett wanted to get back into the action, but probably just didn't check the side view, and that's caused a lot of dramas.
Yeah, that's a shame on lap 1, turn 1, that's for sure. We'll see a few guys getting slowdowns here. That's going to really cost them with this short track, no pit stop. So these boys are going to have to be careful on the slowdowns. I just see Michael Fulcher having to lift a little bit there to clear one, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Sammy Sutton's still up into 4th place. Bo Cubis has just dropped back a bit. I think you're right. And Kane Kugimaya, sorry. What's with all... It is all the slowdowns. Like Kane had a slowdown. Jason Dixon's had a slowdown. And there's dramas. Andy Carey had a slowdown. I reckon there was a drama there with Jason Bentz as Carey was recovering from the slowdown too. And I don't think Jason Dixon's recovered from that slowdown. So, wow, that's...
Too wide for the lead here. Ian got a bit loose, but he's going to be able to hold the line up here. Ethan all over the back of Ian once again.
Yeah, and just back in the field, Bo Cattell's suffering as well. He started 5th, he's down into 13th, under brakes late into Redgate there, so he's just going to be able to hold that spot on Dylan Golson, but Jesus, an absolute big mess at the start here. Damage to Blasic's car. Dave Moore had a first corner incident, didn't see that, but I saw his car go wide. Greg Sharp has recovered. Bo Jansen, Brenton Hobson's car looks clean. Brett Cananzi, it's a bit of a domino effect from him going off into turn 1. Matty Stratford's also down a bit as well, so Matty started 18th, down into 23rd.
Yeah, and with all these new drivers, there could be a bit of nerves at the start of the season. I think we've seen a bit of that. Guys probably making little rookie mistakes that they normally wouldn't make.
Just look at the drive that it's completely different drive. There's going to be a lead change here into turn 1 at Redgate. Very confident here that Ethan Griggalt's going to get through, and does.
Yeah, well,
so a lead change now.
Pretty loose there.
Yeah, I don't think he's had much seat time at all. I think he'd be surprised anyone who was in the pole. But just the drive that Ethan can get out of Goddard's, the last chicane, was noticeable there.
Yeah, and we might go back here to P11 with Jason Bentz. It looks like that's where the action is right now.
Yeah, it is. And Bo Cattell recovering has just taken Jason Bentz. And he also got Dylan Golson has just taken Bentz as well.
Run wide.
Yeah, Bentz is not having a happy race at the moment. I think Carey might have got into the side of him as he was recovering from a slowdown. So Bentz certainly in the wars there so far. Mick Fulcher in 15th, he'll be having higher hopes, and that as the race goes on. And Bentz, the teammate of Bentz, Mick Hammond, these two are joined at the hip, I'm sure, having recent success winning the Sim Racers Asia Championship, so congratulations to both of them for that. They were a very dominant performance there in their Aston Martin. And these two guys are very good at the GT1 racing, so it's great to see them out here in the V8s as well. As Fulch, is that Fulch having a pit stop?
Yeah, it is. I think he must have had a meatball flag, eh?
Doesn't look like he's got any damage.
Has he done a rookie mistake and forgot to put fuel in it?
I reckon that's what it is. I reckon that's exactly what it is, because he doesn't look like he's got a problem at all, except for the fact, and I think we've lost Ian Ford as well. I can't find.
There was another
Ian
one
Ford.
in the pit. I've got Ian Ford. Ian Ford's
Oh, there he is.
just about a second behind Ethan.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't think the server's great tonight. Marcelo Rivera, his normal wingman Ben Smith, I'm not sure he's going to be committing to the V8s this season. The Blancpain Endurance Series starts on Saturday, I think. So I know Marcelo and Smithy and fellow new to the ERA team, Riley Preston, will be putting a car in there. I think there's 2 or 3 cars going in there. But it's just, it's an unusual start because it was a bit messy, but things certainly seem to have settled down. Jason Dixon and Bo Cattell, it'll be interesting to see their recovery now. Bo up to 11th, Jason up to 10th, and they've got James Keane just in front of them.
Yeah, that's right, they do. And just a little shout out for Jason Dixon. We haven't got all the details right now, but Jason does build some really nice button boxes, and he's kindly he's put one up for the champion of the season. So we're going to have more details in round 2 of that competition.
Yeah, Jace's a great supporter of this series, and his daughter Shakira was running exceptionally well on the Friday V8 Supercars Americas race. I've got a feeling she might have even been second on the grid and was running second and got tripped over by a lap car. So it's a real shame, but keep an eye out for that name. Jason's daughter Shakira, she does a fantastic job. I don't know much more about her, I don't know how old she is, but hopefully they'll unleash her soon and get to do some racing.
Yeah, and speaking of Jason Dixon, he's got his handfuls here. We've got James Keane and Bo Cattell behind him. A little bit of contact before by Dixon. And watching his, I think she's like 15-year-old daughter race. I'm going to hang up the keys, mate. She's faster than me. I'm done.
No, don't put yourself down, mate. Also, you should mention that in the week 13 there was a 4-hour endurance race at Bathurst, where I believe you might have come third in that endurance race and kept the car immaculately clean throughout, mate. So congratulations for that.
Yeah, thanks, Brent. I had a fantastic co-driver with me there that day, and it was a really good race. So big shout out to him. His name's Brian O'Brien. That was a really good race, good fun race. Bathurst 1000.
Yeah, well, that's just in a few weeks.
Some contact there with Bo Cattell and.
Yeah, but Bo's a good racer. He straight away, he's tapped the back of Jason, but straight away, apologies. Dylan Golson, I don't know a lot about. He's still there. He's not disappearing at all. And this is a guy who didn't get a chance to do many quali laps because he had a disconnect or something had gone wrong with him. But just outside of the top 10 in 12th position, last lap time of a 6.462, so a very competitive lap compared to the 3 in front who are running in the 7s. I would imagine held up by James Keane at the moment, but Dylan Golson's certainly not going away. In fact, having a look around the outside of Bo Cattell.
Yeah, really, really strong. He might be this is how many laps we got here today? 30 laps. It's a super fast little track. Time is ticking. We're on lap 8 already. You don't have time to mess around today. If you want to get up and pick up the spots, you got to get it done.
Well, I can tell you, mate, with my headache, mate, a quick race is a good race tonight. Pounding at the moment. Todd Parks is recovering fairly well, up into 13th place. Good little battle there again with Jason Bentz, who goes so deep under corner there and just loses that exit speed now. So it's just such a tricky part of the track here as we go up to where are we, at McLean's, onto this little back straight here.
Yeah, it's a real tricky little track. It's really hard to get the power down in some of these corners. As you see, a lot of guys are struggling with that, and especially this final chicane here. It's really hard to get the power down strong.
Yeah, there's some times to be made and one there, lost and one that chicane. I saw what Ethan was able to do before when he did his passing move on Ian Ford earlier, as Dixon finally gets his move done on James Keane. Still not over yet. Keane's hanging tough on the outside there.
Dixon's going
to job's done now. And that's going to really set Cattell up. And one thing actually we haven't mentioned, and Cattell. I think James Keane just found him, is that with the dynamic track. I don't think the track would have marbled up too much even after 12 minutes of qualifying, but you can get offline now and you can find yourself a hell of a lot of marbles, and it makes such a big difference, as does the track when the rubber gets laid down. By the more the merrier the cars on the track. I think we discovered that during pre-qual for the latest Premier Series race there seemed to be, yeah, it's no one's fault. It's what iRacing have delivered, and good luck to that. But I think the amount of cars on the track also makes a huge difference. But that's what dynamic tracks do.
It certainly does. It depends how many cars are on the track. And we've got a pretty big field here tonight, so with the qualifying, I'm not sure if they get cleaned up between qualifying and the race. We see Bocatel have a little bit of a slide down there in turn 1 under brakes.
Yeah, so things are certainly settled down here. Fulcher's, he's a lap down, is he? Yeah, no, he's a lap down from that. Gee, it must have been a long pit stop by Fulch to go that lap down, so he's be interested to see his pace behind Sammy Sutton and Bo Cubis as well. Up the front, things have certainly settled down. Ethan Greg Galt so far has, I think that's, is it his fastest lap of the race? No, it's not. A 105.555, his fastest lap of the race. Going across, 40's all over the shop with that rear end at the moment. But 6.56 for Greg Galt with a 9.96 for Ian. So that's off the pace there. We've got a great little battle also happening here.
Yeah,
Brenton
right
Hobson,
at the back.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this guy, Brenton Hobson. I must admit, I don't know much about him, but his racecraft seems pretty good. Matty Stratford is running a different livery, I think, tonight. Is he in the same team, or has he changed team, Matty Stratford? I thought he was normally with Ford Motorsports. I might have missed something there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there. Brett Cananti's really, really loose coming out of that chicane, and that's going to cost him. Matty Stratford pulls right up to the back of him there.
Yeah, that's the Team Odds Gamers livery that I've got on my screen with Matty Stratford. I thought he was with Ford Motorsports, but there might be a change. If there is, it'd be great if someone could keep us up to date if they get their chance. But yeah, this Brenton Hobson, like I said, I'm a bit of a fan of his at the moment. I think he's only fairly new, don't know anything about him, but he's doing a great job there. And I think he was going pretty well last night in the Premier Series. I think he might have got himself even 17th position, which is certainly nothing to be shaken at, but he's just gone wide there and really opened the door here.
Yeah, Matty Stratford gets down the inside. Matty's a bit beaten up from that early incident, but he's still got some good pace.
So there's a exit copies there, they go down the Dunlop Straight, I think it is, into Goddard's this next time. And that's really relieved Matty Stratford. He looks like he's just gone away straight away, hasn't he? And look at the difference here. I know Cananzi's car's a bit beaten and battered, but certainly showing some great pace straight away.
Yeah, we see Brenton Hobson struggling a bit now once these boys have got past, and yeah.
I'm not sure what's happened to the old fella either.
I think
he's obviously had some issues.
Caught up early, I think, in that first incident.
So he's out of touch there in 23rd, Greg Sharp 18th. What I'm looking at is the battle between Mick Hammond and Mario Vlasic in front of him now. Mario running the blue car now instead of the orange one. Mick's car looks pretty clean from here. They've got a pretty beaten up Todd Parks in front of them, so I would imagine that Parks' straight line speed's certainly going to be lacking a little bit. But this battle behind with Hammond, Vlasic and Sharp with Marty Carroll trailing off, albeit a few laps down. But there's a good little battle developed here. Sharp's gone real deep. He's lost the back end.
He has, and he's totally gone left instead of right at the chicane, so that's going to cost him a few spots. We see Mario Vlasic tight there, turn 1, a little bit of contact. They get out of it okay.
The thing that Sharp did there, though, he didn't try and fight it. He was beaten, you know that, and we could see that. And he didn't try and fight it and bring it back on the track and cause himself to go into a spin straight and the wheel up, got it stopped. Yeah, he lost a heap of time, no doubt. No more damage to his car, gets back into the game, and he probably drops, a couple of seconds, I would think, maybe 3 seconds. So he's got that chance to make that back up again.
Yeah, definitely. And if he had have spun out onto the track, he might have even got cleaned up there. So it was pretty smart driving there. Just trying to find some battles for you here.
Marcelo Rivera has certainly made a good gain here on Kane Meyer. I think he's made a gain. He's made a 3/10 of a second gain there. So Kane don't know if he did the Premier Series last night. I think he did actually. I'm not sure if he got caught up in an early incident, but I think he did. Marcelo hasn't driven the V8 for a long while, so there's a bit of a battle developing here.
Yeah, and we just see, I think it looks like Dylan Golden's had a bit of a spin here in the chicane as well. See if he can rejoin safely. It looks like he does. Let's see what happened here. He's come in, he's hit the chicane. No, he's just spun it all around by himself. I've done that a few times in practice right there. It's probably the hardest spot on the track to get the power down. Oh, we got another car spun. Maybe there was some contact. No,
Yeah,
that
we've
was
got
a
behind
later
him.
incident.
Yeah, Bo Jansen's, and again, so haven't spoken much, don't know much about Bo, I must admit. But I think he's done iRacing for a while here. And actually talking about iRacing, you know, we've got to make sure, and I think we've thanked them already, Sammy, but, you know, it's so good to have them officially on board for this series, and having partnership with RaceSpotTV as well. We can't let that go by. I think our director will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think iRacing are going to start covering a lot more series live streamed as well with the assistance of RaceSpot. So looking forward to plenty of that, not just in the V8 cars, but you know, you got Skip Barbers and Indy cars, the F1s, etc., etc., and it's just ever developing, and you're forever seeing new guys coming out, and you know, even the old guys are still impressed at what iRacing can produce.
Yeah, definitely. I think we see from this last update just how it is progressing, and it's all these extra broadcasts. It just makes all the members strive that little bit harder, practice a little bit harder, and gives them something to fight for, a goal to work towards. So it's really good.
Yeah, and we're at the halfway stage of this race already. Like I said, Sammy, it goes awfully quick, and it does. Jason Dixon's done a good job. He's got Bo Cattell tagging with him. So these guys up to 9th and 10th. Their next target is Andy Carey. He's new to the team, as I said, the Maverick Welding Commodore. Andy does a lot of open wheelers as well. So it's great to see the Car 13 out here spinning some laps at the moment. But Dixon with a 106.3. In comparison to Andy of 6.4, so that's certainly comparable, but yeah, little gains made here and there.
Yeah, that's right. And just going back to the broadcast, it's being worked on to get it streamed on Twitch as well, because a lot of the German viewers, I don't know how many follow the V8, but they have trouble with the iRacing Live, so everyone's working really hard to try and get it worked for everyone. As we see Bo Jansen spin it again in the last chicane. Big donut and carries on.
Yeah, but at least he does carry on. He hasn't pulled the pin. There's battle developing here with Jason Bentz and James Keane as well. That Way of Life car is looking pretty schmick, but I'm big fan of the Jason Bentz livery, I must admit. I reckon the JFF car looks real schmick there. The plumbing and electrical laser, Steve Richards' design, I think it is. So, yeah, that's the...
Bo Cattell, deep under brakes, locks it up, trying to make a move on Jason Dixon on the final chicane. Not sure if we caught that. Maybe we can go back and have a look at it, Hugo.
Yeah, and Mario Vlasic is spun at Goddard's as well, so maybe the dynamic track starting to catch him out here.
Maybe it is. We see Bo Cattell, he comes screaming in, locked him up really early. Big four-wheel power slide across the chicane. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a slowdown for that as well, unfortunately. Would have been interesting being in Jason Dixon's seat, watching that in the rear view mirror, just clenching a little bit, hoping it doesn't hit him.
Yeah, well, Bo doesn't look like he's got any damage. Certainly, obviously, it's cost him time. He just hasn't sounded like he has had a lot of luck this race so far. I think he got caught up in the early incident, the lap 1 incident. But this battle here with... Oh, it's about to be a battle, but Keane and Bentz have just... I think Bentz has just tagged the back of Keeney there. It certainly cost Bentz not only the bit of time, but also 2 positions with Moore and Parks now going through. I think just as the cars were exiting Coppice there, I think they just tagged each other, but there's a lot of dramas here with... Yeah, Bentz, he's agreed, he's apologised straight away, and that's all you can do. But both cars are still in there.
That was just real accidental, just that little tag, just turn him around. That was where the battle was definitely warming up in this race, unfortunately.
Well, I still think it will. James last lap of 8.2, that's not a true reflection because he did get tagged. But Dave Moore and Parks behind, they are ever coming. I know even they had to pull it up a little bit. See a bit of dust up in front of these guys as well, so whether there's an incident happening in front or a car's just gone off. But Moore and Parks, they've done a lot of V8 Supercar racing, these guys, and can't help but notice, I'm thinking that, I might be a bit off here, that Parks and I reckon Hobson might be in the same team. I just looked at the different liveries.
Yeah, it looks like Hobson's off.
Yeah, Hobson's going to have to throw himself a DNF here, which is unfortunate for the new guys, Cananzi and Hobson, and Moore's just actually lost it just a little bit on the exit of the of Goddard's there. So Parks has gone through, but I'm thinking just with the small livery changes on the Parks car, the Eaton car, I'm not sure if it's a new sponsor to them. If it is, congratulations to them for getting them on board. But I reckon Hobson might be a part of this team. It's the type of thing hopefully we can get some information on.
Yeah, we can find out a bit more information in between the rounds, hopefully, on that. And if anyone does have any information they want to share as far as what's happening with their team, or if they get new sponsors and they want us to give them a shout out, just send us a message. We're more than happy to help everyone out and get all the facts right.
Yeah, there's always changes in the off season, sometimes big, sometimes little, and we've discussed the changes to the dynamic track, but there's different drivers, different teams that are also being released, and in this case, there's these new guys, these quick guys who have just come out, and you see a lot of them having plenty of go-kart experience, and they can just bring it to the track so readily. And I don't know about you, Sammy, but I've never raced go-karts or anything in my life, so it's straight away, it's a different way of looking at things, and these guys are just quick naturally, and they can hop into these sim rigs and just straight away put down quick times.
Yeah, we got Dixon here. He's making a big move on. Who we got there? Andy Carey. Andy lets him through. Andy might have been let down, was he? No. No, he wasn't. I'd had a slow down there. He made it really easy on Dixon and dropped quite a way back.
Well, he's also got Cattell's gone through as well. So I'm thinking that, Andy probably has had a slowdown there. But I think for Carey, the big thing here today and most weeks really is just getting some laps under his belt. Like I said, he hasn't done a lot of V8 racing at all, so just for him to get some laps knocked over, and we got there's two Bathurst 1000 this year. You've got the Premier Series, obviously. 4-5 I think rings a bell, might be a day off there, and the Road Warrior Series on October 17 has got the one, and it's only the one race for that weekend, which I'm quite surprised. I'm surprised iRacing don't put the two races up.
Yeah, well, it's going to create bigger fields and bigger SOFs. And we're running out of laps here pretty quick. We might go on board with Boak and say, Nixon's got to slow down, let him go. Might just find someone else.
Why don't we get on board with Dylan Golson? We've got Dylan Golson here, new to the series, running the car number 10. He's going to add some drama here, I'm pretty sure, as he's got a lot of oil on his screen. So what we've got in front of us is Mick Hammond. So we've just exited turn 1 at Redgate. We're going to be driving through here. Hollywood turn now, so we're in fifth gear, sorry. Dropping down to fourth. You've got to make sure you tuck this. You can take a bit of curb there, get on the power early. He's probably running out of tyres, I would say. Looking at that, goes through the Craner curves. Now up to here, this is the old hairpin here. I always remember Ayrton Senna, 87 I think it was. I think he started 8th on the grid, raining at this wonderful track. And by the end of lap 1, had passed 6 cars and got himself into the lead.
So he's got some good turning.
Yeah, he has. So as they exit Coppers here, down the Dunlop straight, they'll get up to 6th gear, just touching 6th gear. He's back down to that pretty early here, so he's obviously looking forward to a good exit. You can take the curb on the left, you do not take the curb on the right. That's the good exit speed coming here. So that's a good racecraft here. You can set that up as he goes across the line. So he's on the outside of Hammond here. Don't think he's going to make this stick into our 3rd gear corner here at Redgate, but that's a pretty good lap by Dylan Golson this late in the race. Lap 22 they're on now.
Yeah, it is. And we might just do another lap here, just listening to the engine sound and just watch what happens here. Let's do one more lap on board.
So as they exit Goddard's there, he gets that better drive out every time, doesn't he? He breaks that bit earlier and he's on the power on pretty much as they're exiting the second turn of Goddard's there and gets them on the power, but it's hard yak on the outside, and you can just see those marbles starting to develop now. So, and that's... he's really backed out of that big time. Oh, he's obviously waiting for the leader, Greg Galt, to go through. So that's good effort.
And you can just see how easy it is to get a little bit wide on this track. Oh, Todd Parks has had a big incident. I have to go and have a look at that. Oh, he's got nothing left on the front end.
Yeah, well, there wasn't much of the front anyway, but the back Parks made a mess of that.
That was a big hit. Who? This is 16, James Keane.
So that's with James Keane.
James has put a big block on him, or that's suspicious.
I don't know if that's a block or whether James has actually started to lose the back end and it's just gripped up and come back over. I'm very confident that's what's happened. It's totally Keane's fault. There's no doubt about that. But I can guarantee you there's nothing deliberate there because that car's just got a bit loose. He's overcorrected and just bitten back.
Totally agree. You can clearly see it from the chopper cam. He's had a slight overcorrect and it's just the wrong time. And that's a big incident, but Todd Parks, that's the end of him.
But it's not though. I was about to actually comment that I'm not sure what he's made this car out of, but it's still going. It's still circulating. Yeah, he's still out there. So he's dropped a couple of spots. It looks like it's a struggle under brakes, but he is still getting it done.
Yeah, well, good work by him, and I have to find out what he's making that car out of.
And Brett Cananzi's also recovering. He's now got himself behind Mario Vlasic here, so the big gains here by Cananzi. He'll be dirty as it. I think it's pretty clear he's made that mistake. No doubt he'll hopefully find time to apologise later on. But gee whiz, it's a good little fight back here. He's got himself up into 17th.
Yeah, we might just duck back and have a look at David Moore. He's in quite a battle back here now with James Keane. See if he can get something done late in the race. We've only got 5 laps to go here, so it's time to go.
Yeah, well, Maury's lining up behind Keane now as well, so Keane's been hard to pass. He's done a pretty good job, although Parks might disagree with that, but I'm sure there's, like I said, there's nothing malice in that. Yeah, and behind them as well, Sharp and Stratford have closed up as well. The old fella, actually I think, the old fella's, like I said, he's gone those few laps down, but he's certainly shown some pace after that. But yeah, up with Keane and Moore now.
Yeah, that's right. Not sure what's happened to Marty. His car looks reasonably clean, doesn't it? On my screen, anyway.
No, a bit of damage to the front there, obviously, from that incident.
Not enough to go 2 laps down, I don't know. I'm wondering if him and Fulch both forgot to put fuel in.
Yeah, don't know, but it's a shame for Marty. He's moving house and had a lot of issues as well, but it's all sorted out now, so he's finally getting a chance to hopefully punch a few laps. I think a lot of the boys, I know, I can speak for the ERA boys, I know they had a good time away on week 13. But Dave Moore certainly has got the pace on James Keane here on lap 26.
Yeah, we got a bit of a battle back here with Matty Stratford as well for P15.
Yeah, well, he's just dropped off the back of Greg Sharp there that last half a lap, so I'm just thinking as to whether Matty might have made a mistake. Like I said, I'm keen to know if, unless it's come through wrong on my screen, but I'm sure Matty was with Ford Motorsports, but like I said, we'll find out more during the week.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got Mitchell McLeod in the race chat. Maybe he'll be able to let us know what's going on there, but yeah, it'd be interesting to find out who Matty's driving for this season.
Tell you what else has had closed up a bit. Bo Cubis had made some ground on Ian Ford there, but I think maybe that could have just been having the better run in the traffic. It just seems to have tailed off a bit. Sammy Sutton's had a quiet race. Haven't spoken about him at all in the Dayco machine there. Started 5th up to 4th. one of the rare cars that doesn't look like it's got a scratch on it. I don't think they'll even need to put the chamois on to clean that one. I reckon they could park that one straight back in the truck and move it on to next week.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who else has made a big move. It's Wayne C. Burke. Started in P13s up into P5, so pretty good drive there by Berkey.
Yeah, it is a good drive, and another one who's got his car fairly clean. A little bit, there's going to be a damage there on the passenger's side, so obviously someone's had a run into him or he's run into someone, doesn't matter either way. But yeah, a good effort here for the car 12, so to find himself from 13th on the grid up into 5th, albeit 23 seconds behind the race lead. I don't think he's going to get too worried about that, but a good strong result.
Yeah, definitely, and once again we see Ethan out front just setting his dominance here. I know he's a little bit off the pace early in the week, but I guess that comes down to having a week off and not having much seat time. What are we at? Lap 29, mate. This is just nearly a done deal.
Yeah, well, it's not a done deal with Keen and Moore, that's for sure. And Moore's real keen, and he's tagged him.
Got too keen.
Wow. Yeah,
Literally.
Moore's tagged Keen there, no doubt about that. And a few other cars are just... Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether Moore redresses there. I'm not expecting it to happen this late in the race, but let's just have a look to see if Moore's backed out of it at all. No, he hasn't, so a bit disappointing there, but at the same time there could have been some net code there. Unlucky for James King, because he's done a bloody good job holding off the pack and in what is probably been the slower car so far tonight. But he's got Ethan Grigg-Galton now the lap behind, sorry, a lap in front,
flag, mate.
taking the white flag.
The last lap.
He's been controlled. He is such a good driver, this guy. He is such a good driver, and yeah, look at his lap times. We haven't spoken about him at all really tonight, but I think his slowest lap is a 6.1. That's his slowest lap, is a 6.1. That is remarkable.
Yeah, it sure is. He's been super consistent here today, and you can see that by 6.6 seconds back to P2 and nearly 10 seconds back to P3, so very dominant performance here in the first race of the season 4.
Yeah, Bo's carrying a little bit of damage to the back now as well, so I'm not sure what's happened there, but he has dropped off a little bit. But yeah, very dominant so far by Ethan Grigg-Galton. This is a guy who won 8 out of the 12 races last season. He really is the class racer in the field. I think Fordy's got him covered with qualifying, but Ethan Grigg-Galton will take race number 1 of the iRacing.com official V8 Supercar Series here at Donington. Congratulations to Ethan. A dominant, awesome win, and congratulations to him.
Yeah, great job. Really strong and showing what he's going to be doing for the rest of the season, no doubt.
Ford 2nd, Cupis 3rd, Sammy Sutton's already crossed the line 4th. Berkey's done a really good job here, 5th. Kane Kugimeyer, I'll get it right one day, has done a pretty solid job there, 6th. Marcelo Rivera will be concentrating on the GT3s in the McLaren as of about right now. In 7th, Jason Dixon had some dramas, as did Bo Cattell. And Andy Carey has done a pretty good job, considering again he's not a V8 driver. He's finished in the top 10. There might be a bit of a few words spoken here. Looks like afterwards. Jay Spence, he had some massive issues. We saw Dave Moore again, some dramas there. Sharpie's done a pretty good job. He'll be happy with 13th from where he was on the grid. Matty Stratford pretty much was on the tail of Greg Sharp the entire trip there. Vlasic, Kananzi, so yeah, some issues there, and Parks is actually going to be finishing the race in the pits. Yeah,
unfortunate there for Toddy. He was pretty strong there for a little bit and having some good battles, and now that everyone's got the cobwebs off, and it was a tough little track to start the season with, and a few boys blowing up in the chat, but I'm sure they'll all work it out before the start of next race.
Yeah, as I said at the start though, mate, some things change and some things stay the same, and that's the result tonight with Ethan. Ford gets a good start, and Ethan's drive out of Goddard's there, I think it was lap 3 or 4, was fantastic and made life that much easier. But this is just race 1, and we've still got 11 weeks to go, and looking forward to what's going to be a really good season. And the results, mate, all over to you.
Yeah, so P1, Ethan Grigg-Galton again. P2 Ian Ford, and rounding out the podiums, Bo Cubis. We might get who we got in here. We got someone to have a chat to there, Brenton.
Yeah, mate, I've got a screaming headache, Sammy, so they'll be all yours tonight, mate. I'll sit back and listen if that's all right.
Roger that. We'll try and get you a cup of cement for the rest of this race.
Thanks, mate.
It's over. Well, we've got Ian Ford. We might drag Ian Ford into the booth and have a little chat to him. How you doing, Ian? How was the first race of season 4 for you?
Yeah, it was a bloody good race, thanks, man. It's one of those races where like everyone was just trying to pull out every single like tenth of a second, hundredth of a second, and I made probably like 3 mistakes the whole race, so I can't go away upset with that performance. Pole position and then second place.
Yeah, it was a really good run there in the qualifying, Ian. I heard you hadn't had much seat time here this week, so were you a bit shocked to see yourself on pole?
A little bit. I split my practice between here and Motorsport for the Premier Series, and it was an absolute ripper of a lap. They put me on pole, and I was praying that no one would knock me off. And in the end, Bo and Ethan came up, and they were, hundredths away from me. So thank goodness I held on to it. But had a great start. First lap, first couple of laps, I went into the hairpin, the chicane in the wrong gear. So that sort of screwed my race a little bit. But that's pretty much all I've got to complain about tonight.
Yeah, right. And looking forward to Mid-Ohio next week, mate.
Yes, for the track, 44 laps sounds like a bit of a stretch, but I reckon I'll enjoy it. It's a nice flowing circuit, it's sort of like Donington, but a bit slower paced in some areas. So hopefully we get a car together and it's nice to drive. Otherwise, 44 laps around there is going to be more like a workout.
Well, it wasn't meant to be easy all the time, 40. So good job, mate. P2, good start to the season, and yeah, good job, mate. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
Thank you. It's much better than last season, dropping out all the time on the first week. So I'll take the points from here, and it puts me in a decent position. And congrats to Ethan on the win. He just drove away from me there at the end, and I have no idea how.
Yeah, good job, mate. We might go through the schedule here, seeing it is the start of the season. Brenton, obviously we just finished Donington. We got 44 laps at Mid-Ohio next week, followed by Alton Park, and then we're going back to the mountain. Week 5, we're doing Lime Rock Park, the full track there, so that should be interesting in the V8. Then we're heading to Suzuka. That'll be another really good track for the V8 Supercar, I think. Lots of unique tracks here this season. It's going to be a ball.
Yeah, they're going to be Bathurst out pretty much. The starting date for Bathurst will be the 6th of October, which is the 2 days after the Premier Series, so the Bathurst 1000, and that's going to lead into the Road Warrior Series. But Interlagos, I'm rapt to have that back. That'll be round 9. Watkins Glen Cup circuit is always a favourite with the V8s. That'll be a good race there. Short little race at Monza, and we'll be finishing up at Barber, the full Barber track again this season. So again, it's a track really suited to the V8s. Really surprised not to see Phillip Island there this season. I know a lot of people probably would have wanted there, but it was a voting system, and that's how it works.
Yeah, that's right, and in for an interesting season. Well, that might just about wrap things up for race 1. We don't seem to have anyone else in here for some interviews, so what do you think, Brenton? Got anything else left to say at the end of race 1?
No, except I'm going to need a Panadol and a cup of, what did you say, a spoon of cement to harden up.
We'll get you a cup of cement and see if you can harden up a bit there, Brenton, for next week.
Nah, but in all honesty, mate, it's great to have RaceSpotTV back on board this season. Also, as we said, a special thanks to those who put their hands in their pockets for this to happen. Like I said at the start of Season 1, it was never going to be totally funded by Demonov Innovations, who have gone back and continue their great sponsorship of the ERA team. But it's through that support and through the support of iRacing.com and their staff and their people that work with that within RaceSpot, this wouldn't have happened. So yeah, really great to have that on board, as it is with you, Sammy, and mate, over to you.
Yeah, well, that just wraps it up for the week. Big shout out to Hugo Luis, our director, and yeah, like you said, Brenton, big shout out to all the supporters and all the fans and all the drivers, and yeah, we'll see you next week for the round 2 of season 4 V8 Supercars.
Also, before we get going, I'd like to just give a
Hello.
shout out to Anthony Mansarella, because he gave up his spot by not registering tonight because he forgot, and obviously gave it to someone else to give them the first shot in the top split. So that's a bloody good job.
Well, thanks for that, 40. And
What's he still doing here?
Yeah, I don't know what he's snuck back in, creeping around through the window. I don't know. Got to watch that bloke. But all right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this week. And thanks for everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next week from Mid Ohio Sports Car Course.